We are here today at the Grand Floridian Resort
and Spa, and we're here to give you a quick tour of this resort and everything it has to offer.
So let's get into it.
This opulent resort is considered the flagship of Walt Disney World Resorts. It opened in June of 1988 and is themed after Florida, East Coast, Victorian era beach resorts, and it has nods to Hotel Coronado in California with its red tile roofs and gingerbread trim. When you walk into the lobby, you're going to see a 5-story atrium with stained glass ceilings, beautiful chandeliers, balconies all around, and beautiful carpet in there. Here you can check in for your rooms. They have bell services, they have a concierge, and they're also building the birdcage bar, which is going in the place of the giant birdcage, which is in the lobby.
There are two pools here, the beach pool and the courtyard pool. Both have complimentary towels, lift chairs for accessibility. They also have snack bars so you can grab something to eat. But the beach pool has a 181-foot water slide. It is also lifeguarded, and there is a kids play area there, so that's pretty cool. Then there is the courtyard pool. It is not lifeguarded, and that is considered more of a leisure, quiet pool. They do have a whirlpool spa there as well.
There are 4 shops here in the main building, 2 on the first floor, 2 on the second floor. The first one is Sandy Cove to the back of the lobby. It's a small shop, but you're going to find a lot of neat things in there and resort-specific items, snacks, that kind of thing. Then on the other side of the lobby, you're going to find Curiouser Clothiers. That's more upscale apparel, jewelry, perfume, and some DVC resort items. Now, on the second floor, you're going to find M. Mouse Mercantile that has your best souvenirs and all the shops. And then on the other side is Basin, which you're going to find a lot of great smelling things in there for you to enjoy.
We have 4 modes of transportation: bus, walking, boat, and monorail. You can catch the monorail right out in front of the resort, and that will take you to the Ticket and Transportation Center, where you can catch another monorail to Epcot or to Magic Kingdom. You can also catch the bus out in front of the resort, and that will take you to the other theme parks as well as Disney Springs and the water parks. There's a boat launch behind me, and that will take you over to Magic Kingdom. Lastly, there is a walking path that you can go down, and that is a fairly short walk over to the Magic Kingdom.
There's so much to do here at this resort, but let's start with the Mac Daddy of them all, the spa. You can get massages there, body wraps, manicures. You'll need a reservation, but always check for the walk-in because that might be available. Right next to it is the Health Club. That's open 24 hours. Plenty of machinery in there to work out as if you didn't do enough in the parks. Then you can also do something very special, which is rent a boat here at the marina. You can rent a pontoon boat and tool around Seven Seas Lagoon and Bay Lake, or maybe you want to try your hand at catch and release fishing. Now, they do have a jogging walking trail, which you can use to go over towards the Poly and back, or if you want, you can use the walking trail that goes over to Magic Kingdom and come back that way as well. They have the usual here: campfire, movie under the stars, but check the activities board for what days that is available. So much to do. Check it out. Lots of fun.
This is Gasparilla Island Grill, open from 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. They do serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is a grab-and-go quick-serve location, so you'll find things like your Mickey waffles for breakfast, and then they do have a pretty good variety of things for lunch and dinner as well. 1900
Park Fare is your buffet option here. You'll see characters while you dine for breakfast, which is 8 to 12, or dinner, which is 4 to 9. You'll see characters like Tiana, Mirabelle, Aladdin. They have great food here. Try the strawberry soup, and I think you should try the peel and eat shrimp and Tiana's gumbo.
Citrico's is a Mary Poppins themed fine dining experience located on the second floor. It is only open for dinner from 5 p.m. to 9:30. You are going to want reservations here. And this is Florida-inspired Mediterranean cuisine.
Another fine dining experience is here at Narcoossee's, but only at dinner time. You need a reservation, you can't wear your swimsuit, you need to dress kind of nice. It's located at the end of the resort, off the Seven Seas Lagoon, near the boat launch.
The Enchanted Rose is a very unique lounge located on the second floor, and it is themed after Beauty and the Beast. There are 3 very distinct rooms to sit in here, so you will definitely want to check this out.
How would you like to eat at a 5-diamond restaurant and a 1-star Michelin rating? You can here at this resort, Victoria and Albert's. It's the pinnacle. It's open only for dinner and it's very exclusive. You have to make reservations for this place, no walk-ins. Another table service option here is the Grand Floridian Cafe. You can get brunch here from 7:30 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, or you can get dinner from 5 to 9. You will need reservations, but always check the walk-up. Make sure you check out the chicken and waffles too.
They do provide room service here. Scan this card in your room to get your breakfast and dinner dining selections. The accommodations here include regular hotel rooms and Disney Vacation Club villas. The villas range in size from studios all the way on up to 3-bedroom grand villas. In addition, they do provide club level rooms, and those are located in the main building. If you'd like to see a tour of a resort studio, check out the link below in the description. So that wraps up our super fast tour here at the Grand Floridian.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and join us on our next magic adventure. Bye.